You know why you click it. You know why you're here today. Armor. Metal. How does that thing work? Today I'm going to give you some tips on how to make your armor looking even better. I see this is something of your interest, so let's get into that. First of all, you set a base color, just a base, solid base color, and a new layer using clipping mask. You're going to make all of the details. Use a big brush to be sure that you're going to have a lot of angles to work on doing the biggest shadow and then having all the passages between light and shadows. Yes, airbrush is your friend right now. You always start by the big picture and then you start lowering and doing details and everything. But you're not here only for that. You're here for more specific tools, more specific tips on how all of that steps work. So the first thing, set up a strong base shadow in the lower area where your light cannot touch. You're going to have a second type of shadow. A shadow, not only the strong one that the light cannot touch, but a second shadow that is much more smooth. A smooth type of shadow that is going from bottom to upwards, or from sideways, depending on the angle that your light's coming from. That is going to be a much more smooth shadow. The first type of shadow is going to be a very rock solid one, and the second one is going to be, oh, I'm so smooth and gentle. Yes, you're always going to work with at least with these two types of shadow. After that, you're going to add highlights. There are specific points in your armor, not everywhere, specific points that it's going to receive a very strong and bright light. And in these specific points, you are going to get the best out of it. You're going to make it very bright and do a great passage always, okay? When talking about armor, you want everything to be soft and gentle as a baby. You want that to be like the fur of a cat, a little cute cat. I was going to say as a wall are not cute, Gabs. Yes. I need to notice in your armor that there's going to be points that are going to be very reflective because it's very reflective. So think anything that is around or close to your armor is going to reflect. This white shirt, some points, it's going to reflect. The spear in this dude hand, it's going to reflect. All of those things reflect, and they reflect a lot on armor. Specifically on the shadow side. Remember, shadow is not receiving light, so any light that dares to get there, it's going to get there. Shadows, terrain is like a place that is like, oh, please, any light, come here, please, I'm begging you. Woo, woo, woo. And also, how to add that amazing texture into your armor. Just create a new layer and draw base color, okay? A little bit to shadows or a little bit to light. The lines of the design that you want in your armor. Lock that layer. Use a bigger brush to just make it a soft passage between light and shadow. Some places you make darker, some places you make brighter. Little by little, you are going to notice that it's going to get fantastic and amazing. And there is also a side reflection on this little bump that you did in the armor that is going to receive light, and another side no light. Also, remember what we said, that inside of the shadows there's going to be some, light reflection. The same is happening on the lower chest area. It's reflecting a very warm tone. Why warm? Because it just looks good. That's it. That's right. You think there's logic everywhere? No, there's no logic everywhere. Because it looks good. Sometimes you just gotta make some warm shadows because they look good. Specifically on chest. Chest warm shadows always look good. That's right. I'm recommending that. And when drawing letter, you're going to think the opposite. You're going to think this thing is not reflecting too much. This thing is not doing a perfect reflection like a mirror. It's going to do a much more blurred reflection if it ever reflects. In my case, when I did in the shoulders, the letter reflecting, it was a very blurred reflection, like it's just there because it's going to show the silhouette and pretty much that, nothing too strong. Remember that whenever drawing letter, okay? Whenever drawing letter. And don't go away from doing little scratches, from doing little dots, from doing little pumps in your armor, because this armor was used. This armor has a history with its owner. There's something that happened and they have been through fights and hell together, but now this is the part that they can finally show all the graceful of this teamwork. That's right! On the lower area in the waistline, you can notice that I have some metal, some gold area. It was so easy and simple to do that. It may look complex, but it's not. Notice that it's about locking that area, making a big soft brush, and then just painting the edges brighter, and just doing some bumps and scratches in the metal. You go like, oh, it's it's much more simple because I was watching so many splash artists, the one that makes League of Legends art and so related, and they don't really make something so crazy in the metal. They don't spend that much in the metal, and I was like, why? There's something here. There's a technique here, and I was watching. I was like, oh yeah, there is a pattern. That's the pattern, guys. Just copy it. I'm giving the secret right now to you. Just go and copy it. You can do it. Whoa, you can do it. About the white fabric, I don't have much to talk about it, but I totally use cyan, a little bit of blues and greens in the, let's say, lighter part to show, hey, if darker is getting warm, so brighter is going to get cooler, and that contrast of a certain side be warm and other side being cooler just make your artwork looks even more rich, even more detailed, even more alive, and that's something I totally recommend you doing if you like my art style. If you don't like my art style, don't do it, okay? But if you like, go and do it. Go. And never forget, ring light's amazing. Ring light can make your artwork look even more incredible. Ring light makes the silhouette of your character appears even more centered, and we can identify what is happening even better and faster. And I believe that's something you want your artwork. These are the main points. I believe I passed everything under 7 minutes. We did it! Woo! Under 7 speedrun, let's go! If you like this video, have a great time. I love you. Link in the description for the all-in if you wanna learn art with me by private. By private, you know? Just me and you and me, my classes video. Yes, let's go. All the peace, all the love. See you guys next time. Woo!